I am Ian Aspin.
And I'm Billy Duffy from The Post.
And you're watching Raw Power. We basically spent 8 or 9 years travelling, recording. We hadn't really had a break to sit down and sort of take stock of what we've been through and everything. So part of what we're going through, it's like a public exorcism in a way. We're sort of like, we're not sort of you know, trashing those songs and say we never really want to be involved with them, we weren't involved with them or whatever. You're sort of like publicly saying...
It's more of a positive forward thing. It's more of a, in order for us to go forward and write different music and not feel so like chained to the past. In a way, it's like closing a chapter, you know what I mean? It seems like a nice round figure, 10 years, 5 albums. That was great, but now in order for early 30s now, you know, we've seen a lot and travelled a lot. In a way, it releases us in a funny way. It's really not like a thing where we're going out, well, wasn't it great? Isn't it clever we wrote She Sells Sanctuary and Rain and whatever else?
It's like not having to rest on past laurels constantly.
Yeah, in a way, it puts that to bed, goes, there it all is, and one nice easy thing, and we can move on with the next record, which is what we're into right now. You know, we had a reputation of making records that sound a little different. They've all got electric guitar as like the linchpin of the thing, but the sound of the Love album and Electric and Sonic Temple are really very different, sonically made up records. I mean, anybody listens to 3 records, they're very, very different. And so, you know, in a way, it was nice for us just to be able to put all that to bed. And I think we were getting the danger of getting a little bit stagnant and down at like a cul-de-sac musically, you know, mentally. Whether or not that was true, like mentally, I felt like I was in a kind of box. And can we do this? Does it sound like, you know, is it too weird or, you know? And it, in a way, it just releases us from that.
We don't really sort of sit down, you know, and say, right, here's the period where we have to come up with material. There's always material around, you know.
Just a question of how good it is, right?
Precisely.
You know, really, yeah, I mean, he put it, really, it's some things, a lot of stuff comes out, we have a lot of quantity of material, but it's really more focusing on quality and knowing what's good. And I think you have your own ideas of between the two of us. You know, we've always had to write as, you know, a partnership. We've never really written separately, and, you know, there's a Billy Duffy song on a record and an Ian Aspie song. We've always been 50-50 since the beginning, whether each of us might have done more work on certain songs than others.
We usually end up influencing each other's ideas.
You know, in the end of the day, it's just, it's a partnership thing. So that's why the band has a particularly interesting energy. You know, a lot of bands, you get a song written by one of the blokes, and then on the album there's songs written by the other songwriter. And it's not the same with us. It's the chemical thing between the two of us, how well we're getting along, how well we share the same vision, is how quickly songs come about, you know. And some of them are murder, aren't they? Some of them really take a long, long time to come together, and others are really quick and easy at the moment. I was more enthusiastic a few years ago, and, you know, I think, like I was saying, the energy between the two of us, like one of us will take the lead. With this period, he's much more incredibly overtly enthusiastic. It's very easy to see, and I was really like into it a while ago with Sonic Temple, where he was like drunk all the time. I was really into that period.
I was enthusiastic about certain things.
It was, yeah, you know, so it's a different energy. I mean, it'd get really naff if it was just both of us, like, really, you know, we vibed about the new thing, and, you know, it's difficult to get us both fighting at the same time, though.
The fact I'm still alive means I'm a success, you know. In those terms, getting by day to day, if I'm getting by day to day, that's success to me, you know. In terms of commercial sense, I don't know, it's very difficult to judge. I think everyone's sort of like standards of what success is are really changing, you know. People seem to put a lot of emphasis on your material wealth as opposed to the actual...
Spiritual wealth.
Yeah, spiritual wealth, what music gives to people who listen to it.
You get drawn into a thing where you tend to spend more time analysing how we are successful as this band. You know, you forget that, like, is this good music? Are we happy with what we're doing? Are we saying what we want to say? You get in this, like, rat race with your, you know, friends, usually people in other bands. There's this, like, mild competitive, you know, we're doing this arena, well, we're doing 2 nights at that arena, and that suddenly you just the music begins to become somewhat in the background in terms of making it, and America does that to you. It's very success orientated. You know, it's a nation of, this whole city, Los Angeles, is based around winners, you know, really losers aren't encouraged.
Most of our business affairs are based in Los Angeles, like our management company's here. We're probably going to start our next record with Rick Rubin, so he's based here as well. So for that, foreseeable future, you know, we have to sort of make our lives here for the moment. Okay, we're giving away copies of our latest album. It's Pure Cult. It's a retrospective of the past 10 years of the cult, and it's called For Rockers, Ravers, Lovers and Sinners. And to win signed copies of this, our latest release, you have to answer this question.
Signed by me and him, the great We Are. The question is, who was the drummer that played on the track She Sells Sanctuary that appeared on the Love album and appears in this fine collection? And the details will follow after this.